Welcome back. You know, many people, at least if you look around my neighborhood, they've been turned to walking and running outside to exercise as indoor gyms remained closed due to the pandemic. Now, if you're looking to get the most out of your next run or walk, you'll want to hear from our next guest, as he has coached over 1 million runners. Jeff Galloway is with us this morning to help us stay motivated. Hopefully you can hear us. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, and I must say I'm having some audio difficulties and I'm having trouble hearing, but let's give it a try here this morning.
We'll do our best. You're running and walking, really the best ways to turn on your brain circuits. It only doesn't just change you physically, but it kind of changes you mentally too. Can you speak to that?
The brain is turned on by exercise in general, but the research that is quite formidable worldwide shows that after about 30 minutes of walking, you turn on circuits for a better attitude, for more vitality, and for personal empowerment. And if you run for more than 30 minutes, all of those circuits are turned on to about the highest level that has ever been found. So if you really want to deal with these uncertainties that we're dealing with right now, get out and move those feet and keep moving for at least 30 minutes.
Now, you made the run, walk, run method. This is your baby. Can you tell us exactly what that is?
Yes, about 45 years ago, I was asked to teach a course in beginning running because I knew that there were these wonderful benefits that people could receive, but I didn't want anybody to get hurt. So I designed the run, walk, run method. And at first, it was just a seat of the pants thing of making sure that my class was not huffing and puffing. But over the years, we've developed a science of how much to run and how much to walk. The bottom line is that if you insert a walk break during a run before you even start to get tired, then you keep erasing the fatigue in your muscles. And you also erase the buildup of stress on the weak links, the areas that hurt if you run too far nonstop. So the science of it is really based on the pace that a person is running. If you're running at a 10-minute pace, you run 90 seconds or 60 seconds and you walk for 30 seconds. If you're running a 12-minute per mile pace, it's 60 seconds running or 45 seconds or 30 seconds followed by a 30-second walk break. And by continuing to put the walk breaks in, you reset the fatigue buildup and you're in control while you get all those wonderful brain benefits of a better attitude, more energy, and personal empowerment.
I love that you start walking before you get tired and feel like you should start walking. That's key, I'm sure, as a part of this method. Now, when it comes to motivation, though, I mean, I see people walking outside through my neighborhood and I think to myself, I really want to get out there. I should really do that. How do you get started? And then once you start, how do you keep that motivation?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last question.
I'm wondering, once you do get started, what are your tips to keep the motivation?
It still did not come through very well, but...
We're talking about motivation, Jeff. How to maintain motivation, if you can hear me.
I got it that time. Motivation is really based on having a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, if you're doing something repetitive like walking or running, then you tend to allow the ancient emotional brain to be in control over your exercise. And at first, that's not a problem, but as the stress builds up, the heat builds up, and so forth, if you're under the control of the emotional brain, that brain will secrete negative hormones to make you feel less motivated to go on. And this is even true when you start thinking about doing a workout that you perceive to be difficult. That ancient brain, if it's in control, will secrete those negative hormones. The solution is to have a strategy. my run, walk, run method is a strategy. I'm only going to run for 30 seconds. I'm only going to run for 10 seconds. You pick an amount that you know you can do, and then you set up other cognitive strategies. I'm going to run from this telephone pole to the next telephone pole. These thoughts that are logical and have a precise strategy will activate the human brain, which overrides the ancient emotional brain and stops the flow of the negative hormones. So you stay motivated.
That's the key right there, staying motivated. Jeff, thank you so much for the time this morning. JeffGalloway.com is the website, or you can find his books at Schuler Books in Grand Rapids and other local bookstores and read up on that run, walk, run method. Thanks again, Jeff.